Hello survivors and welcome to another Walking Dead Road to Survival video, and in this video we're going to be going over a bunch of information with regards to the new war setup. There's going to be fresh new rewards as well as a brand new character coming to a war depot, as a new season will be starting this coming weekend with a new qualifier for a future War of Champions. More info on that to follow in just a second, because first we're going to move on to some information with regards to Faction Assault and its implementation into the game, and just some things you might want to consider. There is going to be a public beta where you can test out yourself, where you can get some early hands-on access just to get a little bit of an idea of how it's going to be if you want to have some fun. Let's get into the info. And this is the Mythic Faction Assault, and just go over the information. It says, hello survivors, we're excited to announce the public beta for the Mythic Faction Assault update. The public beta update is currently available as of October 19th, 2022 for download to members of public beta community to test. Information on how to join the public beta is below. Tentatively, we've scheduled this update to launch for all players on October 31st, 2022. I think that was originally in for 26th of October, so it has been pushed back just a little bit. That date is subject to change, barring any unforeseen issues during this testing period. I will say, obviously, I played the alpha, and quite a lot of things were ironed out, so it'll be interesting to see what is going to be actually changed for the beta. It goes on to say, Negan, his tank, and his mini-bosses have been rebalanced for the Mythic era, and a new threat approaches. In a helicopter, the Governor and his crew have arrived in Mythic Faction Assault. Now, I've gone over a lot of this information already. If you want to just read through it here, you can, but I have got a video just going over some of the stuff that we're going to be expecting in the actual Faction Assault itself when it comes to 2.0. I have some gameplay. You should be able to see a link in the top right hand corner, but it's going to be coming to beta, so if you do want to test it out yourself or watch me test it out some more on live streams and such, do drop by and check out the content there. Now, there is some additional quality of life updates on this, and I did show this on a stream where you can unequip all. There's just a simple button, unequip all, for each individual character. Personally, I think this is nice, but it doesn't actually reduce the time that much to unequip mods on your roster. It actually still takes just as long, pretty much, but it's really quick of just unequipping all mods from one individual character. If you want to unequip everything from your entire roster, it hasn't changed anything, because you still have to go in and out and just go to each character to do the unequip all. And it's, you know, just as quick with the tactic that I've shown on my stream a few times. I still wish there was an unequip all just on the roster screen, and maybe like a double confirm. Are you sure you want to do this? Are you really sure you want to do this? Because that's how I think a lot of people do their remodding, is they maybe unequip everything every couple of months just to make sure all their best mods are on their best characters. But that's just my hope. That could be something that maybe gets added in the future. There's also a team swap function, as you can see with the big red circles here. There's going to be a way you can just click those buttons and you can just pretty much just move it to a different slot. This is really good, because if you were making a attack team in slot 40, you can just bring it up to slot 2 if it's the new primary attack team. Obviously, this is great. The fact that we're 7 years in and this has been added is kind of funny, but at the same time, is great for the game, obviously. People have been requesting this, and so it's a great addition to have as a quality of life update. Here's some more information with regards to the public beta if you want to read through it. But now we're going to move on to some info with regards to the upcoming war season and what we can expect there. And here we have Mythic War Season 5, and you can see there's a silhouetted character here. I have actually previewed this character. It is going to be Roxy. If you want to check out Roxy, the video is in the top right hand corner. She is going to be the War Store character for the season ahead, and that's going to be the character you can aim for if you so wish, or you could go for some older characters when it comes to in the War Store. Basic information here. It says War Season 5. Hello survivors, the long-awaited War Season 5 announcement is here with updated rewards, the War Season Fighter, and some early War of Champions info. You can see that the start date is going to be on the 21st of October, which is this upcoming weekend. The end date is going to be on the 8th of January. And then the grey market will end on the 20th of January. War of Champions is going to be on the 20th of January as well next year. So there's going to be, you know, around about a 2-week break between the last qualifier and War of Champions, and then War of Champions will happen, and then there'll most likely be a break after that, as is standard. There are going to be some changes for War Season 5, and it says, for War Season 5, we are reducing Stronghold bonus points for CRW qualifiers and War of Champions to decrease the emphasis on War Strongholds for point accumulation. We wanted to shift away from War Strongholds being the main method to accumulate war points. With that in mind, we will increase the amount of solo and faction points for surviving war camp defenses considerably from cross-region war qualifiers. War Stronghold bonus points for occupying a stronghold will be reduced to 100 points. Surviving camp bonus point structure can be found below. Eris was a unique Gold Mythic fighter available exclusively for participating in Season 4 War of Champions. Moving forward, players can play in the War of Champions to earn the seasonal War of Champions exclusive fighter, or wait for the next War of Champions for an opportunity to purchase an offer containing 5 copies of the previous season's fighter, available only in the War of Champions region. In order to purchase this offer, a player must be in the War of Champions region, so they must qualify for War of Champions in the top 100 factions. Finally, we'll be adding the Smith region to the cross-region war pool to participate in War Season 5. We'll also be resetting all players' region transfer cooldowns at 4 PM Pacific time on Wednesday, October 19th, 2022, so players can get into place for their first qualifier for Season 5. Region transfers will look at 4 PM on December 2nd, 2022 as the 4th qualifier begins. See below for a more tentative schedule. So it's actually kind of interesting. It's not going to be so much of an exclusive fighter now, but you will have to purchase the fighter straight up. It will be interesting to see how much they want to sell that character for, and it will be just a straight up purchase by the looks of things. Is there going to be any sort of exclusivity to people going to War of Champions when it comes to the character? Will there be an exclusive skin for the character, like a first edition, to say, yes, I went the first time and I got this character from qualifying? Or will it just be exactly the same as the person who buys it the next time around? We'll have to wait and see. There'll probably be more details to follow in the future when it comes to character release and so on and so forth, but I am actually interested in this part. Now, there is some information on the War Season 5 surviving camp bonus, and you can see that you're going to be able to get 10,000 solo points if you have all 3 of your defenses surviving at the end of a war. So effectively being able to accumulate quite a lot of points by having surviving camps. I think this is to combat an issue where people were using one defense as a way to, kind of scumbag their way to victories with lots of secondary teams. So they had 4 or 5 teams added with one defense, and it would be hard to outscore that. But now, because of the surviving defense teams, it's going to be much easier to do that. So, that's just kind of to combat that. Here's the tentative schedule. Again, I'll just scroll through this. You can sort of note it down. There's going to be a holiday break, which is great to see. 16th to the 12th is going to be the last qualifier before the holiday break, and then the first one's going to be on the 6th of January. I think this is the first time in the entirety of RTS that we're going to have a holiday break on actual main war. There's probably going to be a Blitz Wars in this though. Not that I'm going to be too happy about that, but at least your faction can say, no big deal, it's the holidays. But you can see this kind of schedule for the actual qualifiers themselves. It is worth noting that on the 2nd of December, that's going to be the lock for your faction. So just over a month and a half until War of Champions, you're going to have your faction locked in for the, the people who you actually want to qualify with. Moving on to some information when it comes to the actual war rewards, it says we have removed Gold Mythic tokens entirely from the Season 5 war reward structure. We understand players have been looking for new updated rewards in our war events, and we are excited to announce that players can now look for reworked, reduced milestones that include up to 2,000 Ultra Mythic tokens. Rank rewards have also been reworked this season, with 3,000 Ultra Mythic tokens being rewarded for first place in a CRW and scaling down to 1,000 for the lowest rank rewards. Plus, war energy refills that were part of the milestones have been changed to energy choice boxes, letting players decide which energy refill they receive. The war milestones will now max out at 200,000 war points. All the rewards previously included in War Season 4 milestones have been included in the 200,000 war points milestones, so as not to remove any rewards beyond Gold Mythic tokens. It does also mention that the actual full structure will be found below, which we'll go over in a second. With this adjustment to war rewards, we're also going to include more in the War Season Grey Market for players to play for during war. This season will feature the exclusive War Season fighter and previous seasonal fighters will be available at a deeper discount than ever. Plus, we'll be adding more items to the grey market, including a choice box containing spray paint, super glue, polishing kits, and duct tape, along with choice silver mythics, blowtorches, benedicts, and a random paragon mod. More information about the complete Season 5 War Market will also be found below. So here you can see the new CRW placement rewards, as you see 3,000 Ultra Mythic tokens being for first place, and then it scales down to 2,000 quickly onto third place, but then after that it's quite a slow scale down to like the final positions, which will be like 50 and above pretty much. Oh, actually it'll be 100 above. Here we go, 101 to 1,000. We'll get 1,000 Ultra Mythic tokens. This is actually not too bad when it comes to Ultra Mythic tokens. Maybe it could have been better if it was actually advanced tokens, just so like there's more progression quickly because of the level up rewards as well. Lots of different tokens does mean slower progress for the majority of people, but I think anything better than Gold Mythic tokens, honestly. I know some people do want actually to get their hands on Gold Mythic tokens, but there will still be Gold Mythic tokens in the rest of the game. It's just the main event, which is War, will have them swapped out now for Ultra. If we move on to the milestones, you can see you get 100 Ultra Mythic tokens for the first milestone, and then it scales up to 200,000 points. And this is going to be the new max milestone. Before it was 400,000 points, but it is worth noting that all of the prizes, all the rewards that were in the reward structure before are still in there to the same scale. It's just been scaled down to 200,000. But now you're going to be able to earn, I believe, 2,000 Ultra Mythic tokens just for getting 200,000 on War milestones. Now, looking at the faction missions, I don't think anything's changed here. I'm not 100% certain. I didn't read anything that had. But as you progress through the battles, you'll be able to get some rewards. You'll be able to get the season tokens, which you can spend in the new depot, which we will just check out. You'll be able to get Ulysses. You'll be able to get Lilith, Maddox, Madeline's, military supplies. So things to upgrade characters and things to get some of the newer characters as well. Now, there is some information on the World Champions rewards, and it does look like actually some of the World Champions rewards have been changed. We can see you get a World Champions exclusive Gold Mythic fighter. If you qualify, it says qualification rewards, so you don't even have to get a certain amount of points, but I think that's maybe that could be a mistake. You might still have to get the 100k or like 50k points. The next one says World Champions Qualification Avatar. Again, that's probably in the milestones at like 5k. But the next one is a change. It says 5 random Paragon mods with a choice of set. Whereas previously it was 5 like specific Paragon mods with a choice of set. So there is a slight change there. I'm not really that surprised about this, you know, just running out of the amount of Paragon mods they're giving out. So there has to be kind of like either some RNG or something. It'd be cool if you could roll the RNG side of it when it comes to the mod and then choose the set. That would actually be nice, but it is the way it is. And then you can see the WOC placement rewards. You're going to see first, second, and third get Champions Placement Avatars. First, second, and third place Season 5 TWD RTS collectible coins as well will come in for the Season 5. Doesn't look like much else has changed if you want to just pause and just check, but a lot of the other things are going to be the same, as we have a winner's weapon that's going to come into the game once World Champions is finished, and it'll be named after the winning faction. Now, if we move on to the grey market, you can see that Gold Mythic Roxy is going to cost 50,000 season tokens per copy, and that is going to be, I think, around about the same price as it was before. I actually can't remember. It's been quite a long time. And then we can see the next characters. We have Ronaldo, Romanov, and we've got Kapoor, and it's going to be Erica. And these are all going to be 30,000 Season 5 war tokens each. So if you want to go back for some of these old characters, some of them are still quite useful. I think Kapoor's quite good. I think Ronaldo's good. Erica's the only one that is not really that great. We also have the addition of a Paragon mod. That's going to cost 100,000 Season 5 war tokens. So the cost of 2 Gold Mythics. You can claim up to 2 Paragon mods if you so wish. So, you know, factions coming in the top spots will be able to get, you know, the character and potentially mods on the side, so on and so forth. Then we have some extras for your extra leftovers, bennies, you know, silvers, so on and so forth, weapon parts, choice boxes. I think we already have blowtorches in there as well. Do remember that any Season 5 tokens you get expire at the end of Season 5, so you just want to use them all, whether you're picking up characters, Paragon mods, or these extras afterwards. Just some information on the choice box contents. You can see weapon parts, gear medals, but also the energy choice box that you're going to be able to get from the war here is going to have war energy refills if you so wish. That's going to be where it was previous, but you get the choice now of world, raid, and SR energy as well. So that's it for the info on the recent updates. The big update for FA will come at the end of the month. If you want to test it out, you can download the public beta right now. If you have any thoughts on Faction Assault or the war updates, please leave them in the comments down below. Or if you want to go and check out my video on Roxy, you should see a link on the screen to just go and check that out. But otherwise, I want to thank you very much for tuning in, guys. And as always, keep on surviving, guys. Keep on surviving.